Now, statutory rights, another subtopic. Statutory rights, basically, there are, now, again, it goes back to the definition of hire purchase agreement. You see, during the hire purchase period, as I said just now, the hirer does not get ownership. He only gets possession. Okay, so since he doesn't get ownership, now the law tries to protect the hirer's interest by giving him some rights under the statute, under the Hire Purchase Act. So sebab tu dipanggil statutory rights. Akta memberikan hak-hak tertentu. So ni adalah hak di bawah Akta Hire Purchase Act. So you must be able to explain what are the statutory rights available to the hirer. And what are the requirements to be fulfilled, because you cannot just simply exercise this right bila-bila saja. Ada some of the rights you need to fulfill certain requirements, so you must know what are those requirements and what is the effect kalau the owner does not allow the hirer to exercise his rights. If the hirer is deprived of the rights, what are the effects? Okay, so 7 statutory rights that you need to know. Tengok dia punya section berdiri, senang dia nak ingat 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so what are the statutory rights of the hirer? Basically, the hirer has a right to obtain the statement on his financial position. And the bank does not give the hirer every month statement. Okay, terima kasih you dah bayar bulan ni, installment bulan ni untuk RM700. Jadi you ada lagi berapa puluh ribu ringgit lagi untuk bayar. Tak ada. It doesn't give you statement every month. Yes, you have paid. No. So sometimes 7 years, 9 years. Sometimes hirer pun tak ingat dah dia dah bayar berapa banyak. Okay, berapa banyak lagi yang tinggal. So this is the purpose of the statement, so that the hirer can know how much is still unpaid, how much is paid, how much is still unpaid, how much is due, and so on. Right? But there are requirements to be fulfilled, so you must know what are the requirements to be fulfilled. Right of appropriation of payment. This is basically when there is more than one hire purchase agreement entered into by the same hirer and the same owner. Okay, so if the hirer wants to end or complete one of the hire purchase agreement earlier, he can appropriate the amount that he wants. Berapa banyak yang dia nak habiskan untuk agreement A dan berapa banyak untuk agreement B. That is his right. The third one is right to apply for an order for the goods to be removed. Now if he wants to, you see in the hire purchase agreement, one of the details that has to be stated by the hirer is where the goods are to be kept. Kat mana nak simpan hire purchase goods ni? Kalau barang rumah, alamat rumah lah. Biasanya kalau kereta pun alamat rumah lah. Okay, so let's say he wants to move. Katalah dia nak pindah daripada satu tempat ke satu tempat lain. Katalah masa dia sign hire purchase agreement, address dia adalah di Melaka. Tapi kemudian dia nak pindah ke Penang ataupun lagi Singapore, a different country. You've got to inform. Hirer ingat hire purchase, during the hire purchase period, hirer is not the owner of the goods. Kalau hirer doesn't pay for the installments, the owner can repossess the goods. So that's why there is a need to inform the owner where the goods are going to be removed. Where are you going to remove the goods? Katalah the owner doesn't allow the hirer to move the goods. Sedangkan hirer ada valid reasons, then he will have to apply to the court for an order. Dia kena minta perintah daripada mahkamah membenarkan dia untuk alihkan barang tersebut ke alamat yang lain. Next is the right to assign. Now this is very important because some people don't understand the nature of hire purchase agreement. As I said just now, during the hire purchase period, you don't get ownership. You only get possession. Okay, so what happens if, let's say, the hirer doesn't have enough money to pay the installment ataupun biasalah some people dia masa sign agreement okay, tak apa 7 tahun tapi baru masuk 2 tahun 3 tahun dah tak mampu dah, pengsan lah nak bayar RM1,000 installment tiap bulan. Ni kali jangan ambil yang mahal-mahal. Okay, kita kena tengok kemampuan kita. Kereta bukan untuk kita bermegah-megah, tapi untuk, it's just a tool to get you from one destination to another. Okay, so let's say he doesn't he couldn't afford to pay the installment anymore. Okay, so what can he do? Some people dia kata okay nak jual. Mana boleh jual? Dia tak ada ownership. Ingat, And during the hire purchase period, you don't have ownership. You cannot sell. The car doesn't belong to you. Kereta tu kereta bank, bukan kereta kita. Kita tak boleh jual. Lepas tu dia suruh apa? Sambung bayar. Ni konsep yang salah. Okay, suruh orang lain sambung bayar. Sambung bayar ni tak ada, tak wujud. Ya, dalam akta tak ada wujud sambung bayar ni. Okay, you can assign. As a hirer, you have the right to assign your liabilities. You have the right to assign your interest and liabilities to someone else. Tapi mesti dengan permission. You have to get the owner's permission, consent. You cannot simply just assign. Okay, tak mampu nak bayar 1,000 sebulan. Bagilah pada adik, so bayar. Bagi pada kakak ke, bagi pada kawan ke, so bayar. Now, remember, tadi saya tunjukkan hire purchase agreement is between the hirer and the bank. Okay, the owner and the hirer. Okay, itu agreement dia. So, yang adik ni, yang nak sambung bayar ni, dia ni siapa? Dia tak ada dalam agreement tu. So, let's say if adik tu tak bayar, alright, the hirer ask the adik to pay, adik tak bayar. Okay, 3 bulan adik tak bayar. Alright, tapi kereta dia ambil. Okay, so bank akan kejar siapa? Bank tak akan kejar adik tu. Bank akan kejar the hirer. So don't ever do that. Jangan buat kerja-kerja yang tak betul ni. Okay, you cannot ask somebody to just sambung bayar. Kita jangan menyambung bayar orang punya dan kita jangan suruh orang sambung bayar. Because basically tak ada istilah sambung bayar dalam akta. Okay, ada right to assign tapi you have to get the owner's consent. You want someone else to take over? Someone else yang take over ni kita panggil sebagai assignee. Alright, adik tu katalah assignee. Okay, you have to get the owner's consent. Kalau owner kata no, tak boleh sebab apa? Dia ni tak lepas nama blacklisted, tak boleh. Selalunya orang suruh sambung bayar ni pasal apa? Orang yang nak sambung bayar tu tak boleh ambil loan. Salah tu. Okay, dia tak layak. Memang dari segi kewangan dia tak layak. Kalau tidak, apa susahnya, pergi je lah ambil loan, ambil lah, take over lah kereta ni. Okay, so the bank has the right, the owner has the right to review whether or not this person is qualified to take over the responsibility of the hirer. Right? So you must know what is the right to assign, in what situations that the owner, when he refused to give consent, and what situations are said to be unreasonable. So you need to know what are those situations. Yeah. Right by operation of the law. Right by operation of the law basically happens when the hirer dies or becomes a bankrupt. Okay, so katalah misalnya hirer dah hire purchase agreement untuk 7 tahun. Alright, dia dah bayar, tiba-tiba tahun yang ke-6 dia meninggal. Okay, kereta tu memang waris dia, family members dia nak gunalah kereta tu. Okay, tinggal setahun je lagi nak bayar. So what you can do basically is that by way of section 13, the personal representative of the hirer yang dia meninggal tu, the deceased hirer, can take over the payment of the installment. Ataupun kalau dia become bankrupt, then the liquidators will take the place of the hirer. Next, right to early completion. Early completion basically means that you want to end the agreement earlier than what is stated in the hire purchase agreement. Hire purchase agreement for 7 years. As I said just now, sometimes we don't know. After 3 years maybe kita punya rezeki tambah banyak, tak naklah berhutang banyak-banyak sangat, kita nak habiskan early. Boleh. Okay, so you can do that. And the right to terminate the agreement. Terminate doesn't mean that you just end the agreement. Okay dah, saya tak nak bayar lagi dah, bye-bye. Macam tu. No, you can't do that. You want to terminate the agreement, you can, but you have to return the goods to the owner. You berhentikan hire purchase agreement, return the goods to the owner. Tapi ingat, return the goods to the owner bukan bermaksud kita lepas dia bertanggungjawab, macam tu tak. When we return the goods to the owner, let's say if at that time what we have paid is not enough, then the owner will ask us to pay additional sum, because you see the owner doesn't want the goods back, the owner wants the money back. Bank bukan nak duit, bukan nak barang tu balik, dia nak duit. So katalah dia dah bayar 100,000 to the car dealer, lepas tu kita nak terminate the agreement, kita pulangkan kereta tu, tapi value kereta tu dah turun. Value kereta tu dah sekarang, kereta memang bukan a good investment lah, dia bukan investment at all. Dia memang benda yang depreciate, harga dia merosot. Okay, So katalah misalnya harga kereta tu sekarang dah jadi separuh, 50,000. Sedangkan dia baru bayar the installment tak sampai lagi, ya. Tak sampai lagi. Tak cukup lagi untuk cover the hutang. So the owner might ask the hirer to pay the difference. Sebab bank akan, bila hirer pulangkan kereta tu balik, bank akan jual lah, akan lelong lah. Alright, so dia akan tengok okay berapa harga dapat. Tak cukup untuk cover loan tu, untuk high purchase price tu. Okay, then hirer will have to pay the difference. Ataupun the hirer can introduce a person who is willing to buy, a buyer who is willing to buy cash. Dia nak tamatkan agreement tapi dia ada kawan yang nak beli kereta tu contohnya, so dia introducekan the friend to the owner. Again, kalau ada difference, because kalau dia nak beli kereta tu mestilah dia nak beli ikut harga pasaran, the market value. Dia tak akan beli ikut hutang hirer tu berapa banyak, dia akan beli ikut market value. Alright, so in that situation, the hirer will have to pay the difference kalau tak cukup. Kalau berlebih, dia dah terlebih bayar, then which is very rare lah. Usually mesti tak cukupnya. Kalau dia terlebih bayar, then the hirer will be entitled to get the difference.